Hi, this is Lisa Somerville with Divinity Designs. Today I'm here to share with you the Advent Calendar Treat Boxes and Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder die sets. These die sets are sold separately and also bundled together and are money-saving bundles. The Advent Calendar Treat Boxes is a set of 22 dies. You have the larger outer cube die with layers, the smaller nesting cube with layers, numbers, a snowflake, heart, and a circle that you can use to embellish the front of your Advent Calendar Treat Boxes. Here are the boxes when they're assembled. This is the large outer cube. You can see I've added layers. And here's the smaller nesting cube. Again, I've added the die cut layers. The cube, when assembled, is 1.5 inches. You can embellish the front of the cubes with the accessory dies found in this die set. Die cut and emboss these dies following the directions for your die cutting machine. Anytime you see 2 shades of purple on our inserts or our web images, that indicates that you should emboss the dies to bring out the detail of your dies. Again, there are layers for both the large outer cube and the smaller nesting cube. If you're going to be using the Advent Calendar Treat Boxes along with the Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder, there really is no need to go ahead and decorate the large outer boxes if you intend to glue them together inside the holder, because once they're glued in place, you're not going to see the sides of the boxes. In this video, I am adhering the layering panels onto the large outer cube and the smaller nesting cube. After your boxes and your layers are die cut, you can adhere the layer panels to both the large outer cube and the smaller nesting cube. You can use your favorite adhesive to adhere the layer panels onto the cubes. I'm going to be using glue. Once you've adhered the layers to the Advent Calendar Treat Boxes, if you're using the layers, you're all set to assemble your boxes. On your tabs, you're going to want to use some type of adhesive, either score tape or glue or your favorite adhesive. Then fold on all the score lines. You can use a bone folder for a nice crisp score. Repeat that process with the large outer cube. Now we're going to assemble the box. Simply bring the box together, and then if you're using score tape, remove the backing from the tape and line up the edges of your box. Turn that over. You can apply score tape to the flap or use your favorite adhesive. I'm just going to use glue on the bottom of my flap. And then secure in place. I like to press down on the inside to secure those flaps. And there you have the large outer decorated cube. You'll repeat that process for the smaller nesting cube. Again, on this one, I've used score tape on the tab. And then I'm going to apply glue to the bottom flap. And then the smaller nesting cube fits inside the larger outer cube. And then if desired, you can decorate the cube. Sometimes I do find when creating 3D items, glue is a little more forgiving and allows me to reposition things. So if using glue, you're just going to want to hold that in place until the glue dries. Again, I'm just pushing down on those tabs to adhere them to the glue. The Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder is a set of 2 dies, and it coordinates with the Advent Calendar treat boxes that I just showed you. Please note that the Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder is an extra large die and requires a large die cutting machine. When you purchase the Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder, you'll also receive a package of cardstock so that you can die cut the treat box holder, as this die does measure longer than 12 inches. This die features your base die, the top and the bottom of the box, along with your layers. When assembled, the Advent Treat Box Holder measures 6 1/4 by 9 1/4. Here you can see the finished box along with the layers. I did also add the layer to the inside for a more finished look. Die cut these dies following the directions for your die cutting machine. Embossing the layers will bring out the detail of the die. Because the base die is longer than your platform, you're going to run this through your die cutting machine twice. You can add removable tape to the die in the cardstock so that it doesn't shift as you're die cutting. Again, this is an extra large die, so you're going to need a full-size die cutting machine to die cut this die. Die cut the one end following the directions for your die cutting machine. You can see here that the edge of my die is off the platform. After die cutting the first time, I'm simply going to scoot that die up and then die cut the other end. This die does die cut and score. So here I have the base of the box, the top and the bottom of the box. So you're going to die cut 2. That's this die here. I have a layer for the back and the inside of my box, the top and bottom layers, and the side layers. I've also gone and die cut 3 of the top and the bottom dies, as I'm going to use those for shelves to hold the Advent Calendar treat boxes inside the Advent Calendar treat holder. That will give a little more stability to hold the boxes within the holder. Again, this is totally up to you if you want to use the shelf or not. First, we're going to add the layering panels to the base of the box, the sides, and the top and the bottom. Again, you can use glue or your favorite adhesive to apply the layering panels. I'm going to wait to add that extra layering panel to the inside of my box after it's assembled. Once your layers are adhered, fold on all the score lines. Use a bone folder for a nice crisp score. Repeat that with all the die cut pieces. Now we can assemble the box. Use score tape, glue, or your favorite adhesive, and apply that to the tabs. Line up the edges so that they're flush. And then secure in place. Then repeat with the other panel. Again, to hide these inside tabs, I'm just going to add another layering panel to the inside. Then you can use the Advent Calendar treat box holder to hold the Advent Calendar treat boxes. Again, you can place the boxes in the inside. If you're going to be gluing your boxes together, there's no need to add those layering panels to the large outer cube, as you're not going to see them anyway. You can continue doing that till your row of cubes are attached. Then you can adhere glue to the back side and adhere to the back of the box, or you can use that top and bottom die cut to create shelves to hold the boxes. I'm going to add the shelf to my box. I'm applying glue to the tabs. I'm going to set some boxes in place so I know where to put the shelf. Then press down on the glue to hold the shelf in place. You can repeat that with the remaining die cuts if you're going to use those as shelves. And then once dry, you can add the decorated cubes. Again, there is no right or wrong way when it comes to decorating and embellishing the Advent Calendar treat boxes. You can use the layering panels on the boxes if you choose. You can add shelves to the holder, like I've done here. You can also choose to glue the large outer cubes together and then glue them to the Advent Calendar treat box holder.